So we're going to move to our next speaker, he's very patient because he's last up to speak, but by no means last in our hearts. Ken, you're welcome to come up, and we're gonna just move the chairs off the podium. But I do want to share some information. Here you go. It's important. Do want to share and introduce Ken Hirschman. Ken is a member of the board of directors, and he oversees multiple functions at Ebates. Ebates is an affiliate and subsidiary of Rakuten. His responsibilities include business development, mergers and acquisition, legal, credit card, and the Ebates in-store program, which you're going to hear about in just a moment. At Ebates, Ken also built the legal department. So he's a former recovering lawyer. In fact, we found out recently we used to practice law at the same law firm. I think there's a third recovering lawyer we've had today. There seems to be a common theme. He's raised a funding round, bought 6 companies, founded 2 of Rakuten Ebates Asian offices, and he also quarterbacked the IPO for Ebates and negotiated the sale of Ebates to Rakuten for approximately $1 billion a few years back. He's also a real innovator, and so I'm excited to have Ken join us. He's going to share with you how Rakuten and Ebates, while they are the largest e-commerce merchant here in Japan, in the U.S., they're helping in-store merchants drive increased sales through the use of card linking technology. So Ken, let me welcome you up. Thank you for joining us, and I'm going to hand over the clicker to you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Arigato, Silvio. Hajimemashite, everyone else. Now that is the extent of my Japanese. All the rest of the words I know in Japanese are inappropriate for this audience. So I am here in the rather unenviable position of standing between you and your lunch. So I will do my best to keep my comments brief and on point. I've also been instructed to speak slowly, which is not a real skill of mine. So I am actually going to follow my notes pretty closely. If that starts to get boring, wave your arms, and I'll go freeform, which will make it much harder to translate. So why don't we take it? All right. Well, thank you everyone for being here, and thank you, Silvio, for putting together this great event. So let me start with a quick introduction to Ebates. We are an independent loyalty marketplace. What that means is our members come to our website because they can earn cash back on everything they purchase in every category of goods. When I say cash back, I mean that every purchase that's made by our members earns them a percentage of the purchase price. That's then placed in a cashback account and then paid periodically to the members. In 2016, our members earned more than $200 million in cashback. And since our founding, our members have earned almost $1 billion with a B. In 2014, Ebates was acquired by Rakuten, which also owns a company called Rakuten Marketing in the United States. Rakuten Marketing operates one of the largest affiliate networks in the United States. And last week, Rakuten Marketing announced that it would be offering card-linked offer services to all of its merchants. They will be doing this using technology that's built and maintained by Ebates. Last year, we launched an in-store version of our cashback offering. So this uses card-linked offers and it's what we call Ebates in-store. So again, traditionally, Ebates is an online affiliate publisher. People come to Ebates, click a link, and then go shopping online and earn a portion of what they purchased as cash back. Last year, we launched the same program offline with the same user experience. The user clicks a link, and behind the scenes, the offer is linked to the card, and then the card is then used at the merchant. Because we come from the online affiliate world, we're used to using cookies to track an individual. In the offline world, the credit card number or the token associated with it becomes the cookie. Last year, we had $20 million in sales, almost all of it in the fourth quarter for our 50 merchants who are using in-store offers with Ebates. These merchants include many large and popular brands in the United States, including Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, Banana Republic, Sephora, and Bloomingdale's. I think you've heard some of this already today, so I'll go through it pretty quickly, but we have found that our members truly like in-store cashback shopping. They tell us that there's products that they would prefer to touch and feel and try on offline in the store rather than buy online. Try it on at home and then have to send it back if it doesn't fit. They like the user experience. They can simply click a link, usually in a mobile app, sometimes on the website, and then they just have to make the purchase using their credit card and earn cash back. We also provide real-time transaction notifications so that as soon as somebody swipes their card, they receive a notification that tells them that they've earned their cash back for shopping. This reinforces the fact that it's real, that it works, and that they've earned money. Our merchants also tell us that they really like the in-store cashback model. They appreciate that we can drive our members into their stores. Last year, almost 7 million people shopped through Ebates. And when I say shopped, I mean they actually bought something starting at Ebates. That was almost $7 billion of e-commerce. Our members typically have a higher average order value than other shoppers at these stores, and their in-store purchases are no exception. We can target offers to members who have shopped at a merchant previously, or we can target members who have never shopped there before. Our merchants also like this because, as you've heard before today, merchants only have to pay for actual purchases. They're not paying for clicks or for visits, just purchases. They also like card-linked offers because there's no integration effort at all. This is really important because the marketing departments at our merchants typically don't have information technology budget, and it's extremely difficult to change both point-of-sale machinery and training. Last, our merchants like card-linked offers because we can tailor the types of offers to whatever they want to do. So if they want to drive somebody into a store and have them purchase more than $75 because that particular consumer hasn't done that before, we can do that. If they want a unique type of offer that allows a consumer to make 10 purchases in a day and earn cash back on all of them, like in a department store setting, we can do that as well. So I think you've also heard some of this today, but if you're planning on building a card-linked offer system here in Japan, the hardest part is generating the offers. We can all build networks. And I think in the United States, we probably have too much network capacity right now, but not enough offers. You know, when we launched card-linked offers in the United States, we made a mistake. You know, when we launched card-linked offers in the United States, we made a mistake. We thought as soon as we built the system, all of our merchants would stampede for the door. They would just come running to us and they would say, please put us on your network as quickly as possible. But that wasn't the case. You heard earlier from Sumitomo that it takes sometimes extra money to prime the pump. We have gone to our merchants and offered to do this for free for 2, sometimes 3 months, subsidizing the underlying cash back. When we finally have the data, like you see here, we can go back to the merchants and explain why this is so beneficial. See, from our perspective, we have sent these merchants tens of millions of dollars of online business. So now they're willing to experiment with the offline business as well. So here's an example of some of the data we take back to our merchants. One important aspect of this is that we can tell our merchants almost definitively which customers are new to file and which ones have shopped there before. Now, we base this on Ebates data, not merchant data, so it's certainly not perfect. But we have 16 years of online shopping data and now 1 year of offline shopping data. So we were able to go tell them that, for instance, 2/3 in this case were new. And the most important part of selling merchants on this is proving that it's incremental. Okay? And even if you can't prove it just yet, the most important thing is to tell them that it will be incremental. And hopefully you can do it credibly. So I've distilled all of my thoughts about starting a card-linked offer program down to a few quick tips. All of these sound pretty obvious, but they're all fairly difficult to do. One is ensure you have high-quality transaction data. Now, depending on who you are and what part of the ecosystem in which you reside, you will have different access to different types of data. If you're primarily an acquirer, you'll be getting acquirer data. And so you may not have all merchant coverage that you need, but that's still really good data. If you're an independent loyalty program, like Ebates, you need to access the data from somewhere else. In our case, we use the payment card networks in the United States. If you're an issuer, you have a pretty good data set. The challenge, however, is making sure that this data is normalized and clean. If your data is messy and you miss transactions, consumers will stop using your service. It's that simple. At Ebates, we know this from online tracking problems, which have nothing to do with card-linked offers. But at Ebates, the single greatest cause of lost members is transactions that fail to track. If they don't get their cash back, they don't believe it's real. And if they don't believe it's real, they won't use it again. Next, design a simple user experience. I can't stress this enough. I have seen so many systems where people have to, enter a password, a username and password, every time they want to use the service. I can't imagine a more difficult user experience. Make it very easy for people to link an offer. Make it very easy for them to find that offer. If you have other types of programs, we have an online program, keep the experience as consistent between online and offline as you can. You want to reduce the number of clicks and reduce the number of barriers. Make sign up as easy as you can. If you need somebody to enter a credit card, try to use one of those scanner tools to scan the credit card number. Again, keep it really simple. Even better, if you have access to credit cards, if you are the issuer, for instance, do what you can so that people can easily load their credit card into the system, perhaps even doing it for them. And last, as you've heard all day, start generating merchant offers as early as you can. Invest in your sales force or find a channel through which you can get these offers, because they are not going to appear. And that's it. So you can get to lunch early, but I'll open it to questions.